podcast 815. Guy is a slacker. Hi everyone and welcome to this week's Mighty MyMac podcast. Yes, saying Guy is a slacker, whilst that's hardly news, it's hammered home once again by a lack of a MyMac podcast last week. He may try to use me not being available as an excuse, but that should hardly let him get away with it. Should it, Guy?
No, it should not. Because you gave me everything I needed that you normally do for the MyMac pod. You gave me all the snippets, and I put the word out to a couple of people, and heard back from one who said that he couldn't do it. Didn't hear back from the other one, and by that time it was already like late Saturday, and it was like,
and people, I've got to say, you don't want to listen to a lonesome MyMac just with Guy.
No, you truly don't. And if you subscribe to Guy's Daily Drive, you know exactly why.
Plus, it might have ended being about 4 hours long.
I'm commenting on my comment that I commented on.
Which I'm not sure whether I commented on it or not.
Completely lost the original thread of what I was saying in the first place.
How are you, Guy?
I'm doing okay. As you said, there was no MyMac podcast, which again, totally your fault. But I did manage to get 3 Guys Daily Drives and a Mac to the Future live cast. The Guys Daily Drives, of course, while I was driving, and the Mac to the Future live cast that, of course, I do on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Warren Sklar and David Ginsburg. The weird thing, though, is I've been getting requests from the Facebook eCam community to do a live cast on using some of the Rogue Amoeba apps. Okay. And I'm currently trying to work my head back around using eCam Live, which kind of only seems fair since that's the platform that the majority of people were asking about. Lastly, this is big news. I don't know if I told you about this. I picked up, this is actually, all right, to go back just a little bit. This is also part of the reason why I didn't do a MyMac podcast last weekend, because on Friday night, I had a 2018 iPad Pro with 512 gigs of storage delivered to me, along with a Bridge keyboard, which is that little slidey thing that you put in and it makes it look like a laptop.
Okay. Where did you get that from then?
Oh, I got that from B&H.
I didn't ask that question.
You did. B&H Photo here in New York. They had some deals where it was $450 off their 2018 models. Okay. And I was still on the first gen iPad Pro, which only had 128 gigs of storage. And I had been kind of looking for an excuse to replace it, but I wasn't going to spend $1,400 to $1,500 on an iPad when I could get like a brand new Mac laptop for that kind of money. Yeah. But once I saw the notice,
you are still so old school, aren't you?
I am. I want to shave that money.
So you've had a play with it, I assume. Yeah,
but that wasn't what was holding me up all day or for most of the weekend. The original one that I had, as a matter of fact, going back almost, I think, to the very first iPad that I had, I've had a SIM card in it. So I had cellular connectivity, so I could use it outside of Wi-Fi. And I've been with a particular carrier for the iPad for a long time, and I won't mention their name unless, in the course of telling this story, I get so pissed off again that I say it. And so I've been kind of grandfathered into this data plan that's pretty cheap for how much data I get per month. So every time I get a new iPad, I just move the SIM over and move the contract over.
Yep.
Well, the instructions that I got to move the SIM from one iPad to another and make it all work involved getting this like 12-digit number off of the mini SIM that was in the original. And I'm like, I have got 60-year-old eyes. I can't read this number. So,
Gaz's tip.
Gaz's tip. So
use your phone.
Yes, I didn't even think about doing that. However, I figured, and I spent a good part of Friday night trying to do that. So when I got up Saturday, I said, okay, I'm going to wait until the particular company's store opens, and I would just go in and do it there, because I was going to have my old device and my new device and my identification so that there wouldn't be any question on who I was and what I was trying to do.
And you had a mask.
I had a mask. So did they. We rubbed elbows when I walked in, because you can't shake hands these days. And I guess the elbow is like not a simmering cesspool of COVID-19. So he's looking at all this, and as he's trying to go through this, I come to realize I don't have any idea what my password is for my online account for this carrier. And I was like, well, fine. Here's the device. You can verify that this is the device that the original SIM was in. Here is the new device. Here is my identification. It's like, what's the big deal? Just have him reset my online password. And he was like, if only it was that easy. It's like, oh, come on. And I understand, Gaz, that they want to be careful, that cell phones and cell phone numbers is like one of the things that people want to get in order to compromise not only your cellular account, but like all these other things. But it's like, I've got the devices. I've got my identification. Just do it, please. No.
Give me a break.
No. He gave me a new SIM card. He says, well, that's kind of the most I can do for you. And, after I gave him a look of derision, which is kind of like this, I left the store.
I could deal with that derisionally look.
Yeah, well, apparently so could he, because he didn't call me back and say, let's fix this, sir. So I called their help number, and I got on relatively quickly. Everything considered, it was like within 5 minutes I'm talking to an actual person.
Wow.
Which isn't bad. Yeah.
No.
However,
that person
it took him 10 minutes to realize that, oh no, we have to kick this up to the next level because we have to do a password reset. That took almost 2 hours. And the first guy kept coming on. saying, he's like, are you still there?
Can I stop you there?
Yeah.
Was there no way of going online and just putting your email in and asking for a reset?
Because then you have to give them not only the account number, you have to give them the IMEI number of the original device that you have the account for, and then you have to give them the little 12-digit freaking PIN number that I couldn't read in the first place.
I've got to say, Guy, in the States, your networks are just so antiquated and so working in the past. I mean, we think that over here it's bad, but actually that sort of stuff, we'd be pulling our hair out, and they wouldn't last 2 minutes. They wouldn't last 2 minutes. Those companies, if
there's a word for it. Sucks. That's the word. So finally, after 2 hours, I'm finally talking to this woman, and she actually said, and I wish I could remember what it was, but she said something that made the process very easy, and I don't remember what it was, but as soon as she said it, it was like, oh yeah, I should have done that, and it would have made my life so much easier. But it's and the thing is, I know, because I work in like a help desk environment.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times.
You're part of the problem. Yeah.
I am. Oh, I'm so part of the problem. But you can't say that to people because they lose their minds. So you've got to be nice, and you got to say, oh no, that happens to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Kaboom.
Yeah. So that finally got straightened out. And by the time that all got straightened out, and I had a working SIM card in my new iPad, newish iPad, then it was already too late to do a podcast. And then I woke up Sunday and went, do I want to do a podcast today?
No.
Nah.
Where's Steve? Where's Steve? Here he goes.
No.
Yeah. So I know that's now taken about 15 minutes, but that's why I didn't do a podcast.
Okay. Yeah. It took that long just to say I didn't do a podcast. And all I can say, Guy, or all Steve can say is...
So we're back.
We're back, yeah. Well,
Sorry.
actually, the reason Guy didn't have me knocking on his door saying, when are we doing the podcast? When are we doing the podcast? When are we doing them? Was because I was actually up in the Lake District here in the UK. And if you ever visit the UK and you can do walks, can I just... I've got to mention this. I'm just going to open my phone. Okay. I'm going to go to the activity and I'm going to go to awards.
See, we worked it back around to tech.
Yeah. I'm so good at it. I'm just so good
you
at
are.
it. People love me at work for this sort of stuff because I'm always circling it back. Anyway, what I'd like to say is we went for a walk last week and it was only 5 miles. It wasn't a long walk, but it was 938 meters up. Right. Ooh. So it was quite a short walk. So it's quite
that
steep.
that makes a little bit of a difference.
Right. Okay. So that makes the difference. But we went on a walk and, it was a bit of a walk from the car park. Anyway, there is
I'd come out of the car park going, God, aren't we there yet?
Yeah.
Can't we take the car?
Well, that surprises me not at all because there's a national parks challenge, which I've been invited to join in with on the iPhone, or on my Apple Watch, right? The activity app. And I'm thinking, well, we have national parks, but we're not celebrating them. And I know that you are in the States at the moment because there's a centenary or something.
Except a bunch of them are closed down right now.
Well, okay, fine. Well, that's a problem then because it's this challenge celebrates the natural wonder of national parks. Earn your award on the 30th tomorrow. We're recording on the 29th. Earn your award on the 30th of August by recording a hike, a walk, a roll, or a run of a mile, Guy, 1.6 kilometers or more with an app that adds workouts to health. A mile.
God,
I do that mowing my lawn.
Well, if you'd stop going back over it again, you'd be fine. Oh, by the way, today is also my and my wife's 28th wedding anniversary, and here I am recording a podcast.
Did you say your wife's 28th wedding anniversary?
No, me and my wife's. Our 28th wedding anniversary. But we can't really do anything, Gaz.
No, well, she should join in. She should come down and join in. I'd say happy anniversary.
Oh, my God. If I even suggested that, there would never be a 29th.
What are you hoping for? Anyway, will you let me finish?
Well, real quick. The reason why we can't really do anything today on our anniversary is the remnants of Hurricane Laura is currently going through our area. And the storm that we had last night was so bad, I unplugged both my iMac and my Apple monitor.
I saw you say that, yeah.
Yeah, it was last night. I mean, and that wasn't even the hurricane bit. And it's not really, we don't have a whole lot of wind that's related to the remnants of Laura, but we're getting a lot of rain, and we got a lot of rain last night. So there's lots of flooding alerts.
I've got some remnants of wind, but that's for some food diet. Now,
I caught one of those earlier.
So mostly, we've had some bad weather here, but it wasn't a hurricane. It was quite fierce, but we've got a few broken branches and a few trees down.
Yeah, but all of your houses are made out of stone, so they hold up pretty well.
Mostly they are. Yeah.
Here it's like house down.
Well, stay safe, folks over there. Stay safe.
Yes.
So mostly last week, I was mostly waiting for my Mac podcast to come out. But
yeah, good. How'd that work out for you? How'd that work out for anybody?
Anyway, guys, should we snip over to Gaz's Snippets?
We should.
Should we?
Oh, yes.
I was hoping that you'd go, no,
yes.
Gaz. Because...
Oh, wait. Oh, God. I'm so confused.
I line them up. All you've got to do is pull the trigger. No.
No. Well, because we were talking
let me try
about...
that again.
Okay.
Let me try that again.
Okay.
So, Guy, shall we go over to Gaz's Snippets?
No, Gaz.
Why?
And I'll tell you why. Because we have not one, but two MyMac.com articles.
Oh, my word. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Just boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess you're going to take the first one?
I'll jump in with the first one. You know, I set it up like I didn't know. Yeah. Okay. A Cell Thunderbolt 3 cable, amazing speed and versatility. Versatility.
Yeah, that's when you're a Versa and you're dead. So it's a versatility.
Versatility. There you go.
Sure.
This is a this is a review by Mr. Pom Typer.
I don't know. I'm making this up as I go.
In 2011, Apple and Intel introduced the first Thunderbolt connectivity with the MacBook Pro computer to ensure much faster data and video transmission beyond the capacity of USB and FireWire. Thunderbolt 1 and 2 used DisplayPort connectors until 2016, when Thunderbolt 3 was introduced and changed to USB-C connectors. Since then, OEM companies have produced cables which have maximized transmission capabilities. The ACell Thunderbolt 3 cable.
I say ACell.
Thunderbolt 3 cable is an Intel certified cable that brings lightning fast 40 gigabyte data transfer bandwidth. This single connection also supports high speed data transfer for single 5K or dual 4K UHD video at 60 Hz and up to 100 watts of bi-directional charging. If you want to go and read about this particular amazing cable, go over and read Tom's review on the MyMac website. Lightning.
Yeah, that's how fast that cable is. All right. Next up, a Tri-Bit Audio double review by Mr. Yanni Dankalo.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we don't have a sound bit for either one of those guys. Donnie was recently given the opportunity to try two products from a company called Tri-Bit. This duo of products included the Stormbox Bluetooth.
Can I stop you there?
Sure.
Only two?
Yes, only two, Gaz. That's all they have.
From Tri-Bit?
From Tri-Bit. And it includes the Stormbox Bluetooth speaker and the FlyBuds 1 Bluetooth wireless. All he is like, help me. Let's see, where was I? Bluetooth wireless earbuds. Let's start with the Stormbox.
Yeah.
The Stormbox takes on a narrow tube-like speaker format that many companies are using these days. It is about 7 inches high. And how does he know this? 2.68 inches wide. It weighs about 1.7 pounds, so not quite a kilo. It sounds light but feels heavy due to the narrow build. This is not a bad thing. The weight assures that it is not going anywhere and will be stable on a flat surface. Moving on to the FlyBuds. The FlyBuds are Bluetooth earbuds that take on a form factor like many earbuds you see in this price range. Speaking of price, at $35.99, they are much more affordable than high-end earbuds like the AirPods. As far as features go, these earbuds checked off a bunch from Donnie's checklist. First, they are waterproof and sweatproof. Ugh. This is a must in Donnie's book if you are using them in any type of situation where you'll be sweating. That's where the review is going to stop. Go on over to mymac.com and read Donnie's review about the FlyBuds and the Stormbox.
Excellent.
And there's one more.
Go on then.
Boo Boo's Picnic Basket. This is a review by Yogi Bear. No, it's not. Now we're going on to Gaza Snippets.
Yeah, you see, I was ready.
You
ready.
were.
So these are actually last week's snippets. I'm going to boom through these, and then we're going to take a quick break, I think, and then jump into this week's snippets and perhaps take a slightly different view. We might just have a bit of a chat about some of the things that are going on with this week's snippets. So here we go. Apple Store looting in Chicago. A stolen MacBook cost the firm $1 million in the Apple crime blotter. No idea where that was going. Telegram messaging app gains end-to-end encrypted video calling. Yee-hee! Apple supplier Wistron hiring up to 10,000 extra staff to build iPhones in India.
Yeah,
iPhone.
they'll have to go. They'll have to go to all the call centers and pull them out of there.
Now, careful.
Sorry.
Indian iPhone production begins at Apple's ambitious ramp-up. Apple are waiting for improved worker conditions before expanded production in Vietnam. Apple Card beginning to show up on Equifax credit reports. I was gonna talk about that, but obviously over in the States there, if you're using the Apple Card, then there's enough throughput for it to start actually impact credit reports. So yeah.
And it's really only the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
As this is where most cards are going.
Apple expanding independent repair provider program to Macs, which is good. Apple Store purchases have soared in 2020. Guess what, guy? COVID-19.
Yeah.
Apple TV Plus are debuting the first music competition series with Reese Witherspoon's My Kind of Country. Apple has threatened to close Epic's Games developer account on August 28th. More on this a little bit later.
Yeah.
Apple extends Apple Care purchase window to 1 year. Apple won't make an exception for Epic to skirt the App Store rules. More on this a little later. Former Apple engineer says the US government turned an iPod into a secret Geiger counter.
Sure. Yeah, and it's really killing me to not say anything about any of these.
No. Can you say anything about that one?
Mostly, I would love to know what website that came from, because it sounds like the most stupidest thing ever. Why would you take an iPod and turn it into a Geiger counter?
I'll tell you what, in the break, I'll go searching for it. Remind me, and I'll go searching for it, and I'll tell you which the website was. But It made me smile. Apple, some of the other things we will be talking about. Apple announces Apple Music Radio. That's extra radio stations, I think. And I think some people have gone, meh.
That's because Beats, there's a lot of the Beats stuff that's going away.
Apple seeds the 5th beta of OS 7 to developers. This was last week, of course.
OS 7.
Yep. Apple releases the 5th betas of iOS 14 and iPad iOS 14 to developers. Apple shares hit a new all-time closing high of $464.35. Remember, folks,
we'll never go higher.
We've got a few to come, and that was last week. iOS 14 introduces a new app at test API to cut down on app fraud. Apple enlists Gibson Dunn to fight Epic Games suit. Law firm previously retained in the Samsung battle. More on that later. Apple Oak Ridge Center to close until 2024 due to redevelopment. I don't know whether that's redevelopment of the App Store or the actual Oak Ridge Center. I think it probably is. Apple retains Gibson. Oh, I've said that already. Apple Pay expands to additional banks in Europe. That's good. Apple TV Plus releases trailer for comedy film On the Rocks with Rashida Jones and Bill Murray ahead of the October debut.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a film that was originally supposed to go in theaters and they just said, well, that's not.
Well, there's a lot of that happening.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett's stake in Apple approaching a quarter of Berkshire Hathaway's entire market value, and that stake is Warren Buffett's stake is 113 billion. Peanuts.
No, that's me.
Yeah,
That's Warren Buffett right here going,
yeah,
oh, yeah, $100 bills. Here you go, $100 bills.
Yeah, well, he's not doing that, is he? That's precisely why he's made money, guy. Yeah. Apple Card's deferred payment program limited to 6 months in enrollment in 2020. Apple becomes Wall Street's first $2 trillion company. $2 trillion.
Now, do you remember it was last year when there was the ramp up to them becoming the first $1 trillion company?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, no, will they do it? Will they do it? Oh, wow, it's going to happen. And now it's like, oh, it's just 2 trillion. Is that it?
Apple may hit a 3 trillion market value, says analyst. Of course they do. Gene Munster, there is a clear path for Apple to 3 trillion market value.
Damn it.
Apple, you got no shares.
I can't find it. Oh, there it is.
Gene Munster.
Gene Munster.
Apple shares hit new all-time intraday and closing highs at 468.65. Remember, folks, this was last week. Apple will donate to support local wildlife relief efforts in California. Good. Apple are no longer signing iOS 13.6, and they're blocking downgrades from iOS 13.6.1.
How dare they?
How double dare they? Apple Music to be fully integrated into the Porsche Taycan. Great. As I'll never have one.
I don't care. Yeah.
Apple.
Let me know when it's in a Kia Soul. Oh wait, it has been since 2015.
Apple faces another class action. Apple faces another class action MacBook Pro Flexgate lawsuit, and Apple must face sex bias lawsuit from janitorial service. California judge has ruled. Dear, oh dear. Adobe's recent Lightroom iOS app. The problem with some of this stuff is actually
there's no context.
Well, no, there's no context. But the thing is, they'll probably contract that sort of work out.
Yeah.
So, but they are the people that are being, so, they're kind of ultimately responsible. It's a pain, but there you go. Adobe's recent, well, they shouldn't have it. It's, it's fair dues. Adobe's recent Lightroom iOS app update deleted, I repeat, deleted user photos and lost data is, get this, guy, unrecoverable.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like it's only for people that use Adobe. So who uses Adobe anymore?
Well, nobody.
Especially,
nobody uses Flash.
Damn it! Oh wait. Okay.
There you go. Apple YouTube channel may have leaked the September iPhone 12 event date.
Yeah, I'm sure it was an accident.
News published. Well, I was pausing for effect. And again, you ruined it. News publishers want the same discounted 15% revenue share Apple offered Amazon Prime Video. I bet they do. Mm-hmm. And finally, Apple shares hit all-new high time.
There's time that's new.
Intraday and closing highs of 473.56 cents. Remember, guys.
And it will never be higher, ever.
It'll never be higher than that. It won't reach that. No way, no how. No way.
Possible.
I think, Guy, that's the end of last week's Gaz's Snippets.
There we go.
I just did it.
Yeah, I know. I was just being an ass. What else? What else is new?
Nothing.
I guess. Go ahead.
Take us out.
Take us out. I'll take us out.
You take us
Everyone, please stand by. And Gaz and I, we will be right back. I have no idea what voice that's supposed to be. And welcome to the second part of the MyMac.com podcast. We have been having a wonderful time in the about 35 minutes that has gone on between the first part of the show and the second part. Yeah. And Gaz, can you guess how much of that is going to be heard by anyone ever? A very, very small bit. Yes, that is true. And once again, this proves beyond the shadow of a doubt why you and I could never, ever do a live show.
No.
Ever. Because if anyone needed editing, well, it's probably me.
No, I think I can help.
No. See, you're the guy that pushes the buttons.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I'm like the nuclear missile, just sitting in the silo, going, "Hello, I'm having such a wonderful day,"
yeah. And I go,
ooh, let's see what happens if I do this. And on that note, Gaz, let's talk more about your snippets.
Yeah, okay. We'll talk Gaz's snippets.
Perfect.
Yeah, so this week we're going to do two sets of snippets, as I said at the start. This is this week's Gaz's snippets, which we may dive into a little bit more, because I got a feeling one or two of the stories Guy might just want to chat about a little bit. Possibly.
That never happens.
Never happens. Okay, the first one.
I can't believe that.
Apparently, Apple once prototyped a Mac Mini with an iPod dock.
Yeah, because that would have been useful.
Yeah. Well, actually, you say that. It may well have been. It may well have been. Yeah, it never came out. So this came from Mac Rumors, actually. Yes, Mac Rumors. The picture looks good. There are several pictures of the
I think they should still come out with one that has a 30-pin connector.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, this is a 30-pin connector. Yeah. It's cool. Anyway, Apple stock surges past $500. Guy, $500 to hit a new record highs ahead of the 4-for-1 stock split. There has been malware injected into our Xcode projects, and that could infiltrate the Mac App Store.
Yeah, so basically Apple has to find how they did it, find what they used to make it, and then remove that bit from Xcode.
Absolutely. Apple donating up to $1 million for the national parks based on the Apple Pay purchases this week. So you remember right at the start of the show, I talked to all you got to do is walk a mile, folks. I do that in myself. I sleepwalk that. Apple Career says it will donate $84 million to support the small businesses. That came from Apple World today.
And the amount of good feelings that people in Korea must have, and it has nothing whatsoever to do with possible litigation by South Korea against Apple. Not at all.
I think I might mention something else coming on to that.
Okay.
Apple has inked a deal for the Essex Serpent. This is a TV show that's starring Keira Knightley. Actually, I'm going to mention a little bit later about I've been watching Ted Lasso. I just watched the last episode last night where his wife and kid comes over. I haven't seen that far.
Okay, I didn't know whether to laugh. No, it's not a spoiler because it's in the description.
Go on.
But it's good. It's good. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry or eat a biscuit.
I'm kind of watching it because I'm trying to work out whether it's a documentary or whether it's a comedy, or because it does the comedy bit and then it jumps into this all serious bit, and I'm not quite sure whether I'm liking it. But I've watched 3.5 episodes. It's the best
show that I have seen so far.
Yeah.
On Apple TV.
I am enjoying it, but I'm still not sure why I'm watching it. Apple Watch dominates the global smartwatch revenue with
Wanker.
Okay, everybody, you've got to watch the show now.
Yeah,
And
to understand that.
Any English football fan, just think referee. The referee's up. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What's wrong with that word?
What, wanker?
Yeah. It's a perfectly good word.
I always remember a shot of there's a company over here called ANC. They're a courier, right? And their website was www.anc.co.uk. I'm saying no more.
Okay.
I'm saying no. Tim Cook succeeded Steve Jobs as Apple CEO 9 years ago, last August 24th. So 9 years.
Bang up job there, Tim.
9 years. Apple shares hit new all-time intraday and closing highs of $503.43.
That's it. No more.
Wowza.
It won't go higher ever.
It won't ever go any higher than that. Apple to reopen the US retail stores that were twice shuttered due to COVID-19 fears. Apple reportedly acquires VR startup Spaces. Did you hear about this?
No, I had not. I don't even know what that is.
No.
Obviously, it has something to do with virtual reality.
It's a firm that does.
It's a mystery.
Yeah. Apple CEO Tim Cook has donated $5 million in stock to charity. Well done. Well done. I'm gonna
only $995 billion left. Oh no, sorry, $1 million that he has left.
Well, hang on a minute. I'll come on to that.
Sorry.
The judge has temporarily restrained Apple from blocking Unreal Engine Fortnite ban is upheld for now. More in a bit. Apple plans to launch an online store in India in September. Cohen raises the Apple share price target to an industry high of $530. No, shakes head, does guy, shakes head. The German bank Sparkasse adds Apple Pay support to Gyro card.
It sounds like some kind of cheese. Sparkasse. You want that Sparkasse sandwich?
Apple Tim Cook has received a stock award worth $282 million, and he sold $132 million.
Yeah, but he did give away $5 million of $282 million worth of stock. So nice job.
Yeah. I'm saying nothing. Olympus cameras can now be turned into webcams.
We'll never
on a Mac.
get Tim Cook on his show ever.
Ever. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Steve, do you think we'll get Tim on?
No.
Okay. Olympus cameras can now be turned into webcams on a Mac. Why I found this interesting was because I was trying to do this with my camera some time ago and I couldn't do it. So I just found that quite interesting. That's why I popped it in there.
Hold on a second. I got something to show you here real quick.
Oh,
I've got a webcam.
Okay.
Not a webcam, a sports cam.
What's the difference between a sports cam and a webcam?
Webcam is...
I see. Like a GoPro.
Yeah, it's like a GoPro. Yeah. It has a little screen on the front of it here. It's the Akaso LE Brave 7, something like that. And you plug this into... You can use this plugged in through USB and use it as a webcam.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, you can do it with Olympus cameras as well.
Good.
Apple Maps are to get native rating system and photo uploads for places of interest. That'll be good, actually. Korea are to investigate Apple and Google in-app purchase practices.
Didn't Korea come up earlier? No.
It might have done. You'll have to rewind. And
I never look back, Gaz. Never look back.
Are you ready for the next one?
Sure.
Wedbush raises the Apple price target to $600 with a bull case set at $700.
Yeah, there's some bull there. I don't know if it's a case.
Apparently, Apple are reportedly considering extending the Apple TV Plus free trial. Well, that'll be good because I want to watch more Ted Lasso.
At least get through the Ted Lasso season.
Apple TV
That
Plus.
show they've got on there is so good.
Apple TV Plus is to get 3 new docuseries this autumn, including a nature-focused tiny world narrated by Paul Rudd, whoever he is.
Oh, he was Ant-Man in the Marvel movies.
Oh, him. Yeah. I like him, actually. Apple shares...
Shame he steals.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Well, apparently.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
But only on this show. Only on this show.
Only on this show.
We're kidding, Paul. We're kidding. Don't sue us, please, for the love of God.
Guy didn't mean it.
No.
Because it
was a joke.
Yeah,
but you had it right here in the notes, man. It's Gaz's fault.
Don't say anything about him stealing. Apple shares hit new all-time closing high of $506.09. It won't go any higher.
No,
it won't
ever.
go ever.
That's it.
It won't go any higher. Apple Environment Chief Lisa Jackson is to speak at the Sustainability Summit in September.
No one will be there.
Where is September?
We are 2 days away, 3 days away. 3 days away from September.
You're missing my point, aren't you? Right.
Yeah.
Let me reread that again.
Okay.
Apple Environment Chief Lisa Jackson is to speak at the Sustainable Summit in September. Where is September? Okay, it's gone right over your head, that has, hasn't it?
Pretty much.
It's gone right over your head. Yeah.
But Paul Rudd doesn't steal, Gaz. I told you that 1,000 times.
Let me read that again.
Okay.
Apple Environment Chief Lisa Jackson is to speak at the Sustainability Summit in a place called September. It's still gone straight over his head, folks.
Right over my head.
Congressman says antitrust hearing confirmed.
Oh, you're just going to leave me hanging, aren't you?
Yes,
okay.
I am. Yes, I am. Of course I am, because I enjoy doing that.
In September.
Congressman says the antitrust hearing confirmed deeply disturbing behavior by Apple and other tech giants.
Oh, I thought he meant deeply disturbing behavior by Congress.
Well, probably.
And Paul Rudd.
And Paul Rudd, apparently.
Allegedly. Allegedly. By sources unknown.
And unrepeatable. Apple and other tech giants
we'll see about that.
Of the Cobalt Mine child labor suit. That's serious, actually.
Yeah.
That's serious. That's not good. Apple may be preparing a search engine to take on Google. Actually, I'm laughing, but I use Google less and less because I get sick and tired of just seeing ads in the first 3 pages. So
yeah, for stuff that basically those companies are paying Google to put at the top of the search list.
I'm using it less and less, and so should you, folks.
Well, what are you using instead?
Well, lots of things until I have to go back to Google because they're giving me crap results.
What's this about Paul Rudd?
Facebook warns that Apple privacy-focused iOS 14 could utterly crush its ad network.
Oh my God. We talked about this on one of the other shows that I do. And the fact that Facebook could look people in the eye and say, you know what Apple is doing here? This is really bad for people because, we won't be able to track them across 40,000 websites that they look at on a daily basis, which means we won't be able to give ad companies the information that they need to put fake Facebook ads in people's sidebars. That's a bad thing.
Allegedly.
Paul.
Apple employees who could get this. Apple employees who completed this year's Close Your Rings challenge receive a T-shirt and congratulatory card. Wow. What? Really?
Yeah, but
really,
just the
Apple?
Employees.
Really? Yeah.
You know what everybody else got? Bump Kiss. That's what they got.
Bump Kiss. Absolutely. Yeah. Epic game.
But I only had one small ring that wasn't close. Too bad! Oh, you'll get to nothing.
Now, we're going to end on this story, so don't jump in just yet. Epic
Okay.
Games sends emails to Fortnite players blaming Apple for new season's unavailability. Apple blocked Facebook update highlighting Apple's in-app purchase fees. Apple pays $9.75 million to settle a lawsuit over Powerbeats 2 charging issues.
Never even heard about that.
A leaked iPad Air 4 manual reveals all screen display with Touch ID built into the power button. Duh, duh, duh.
You know what? That sounds like when Samsung moved the power button around to the back of the unit. It's like, yeah, because that's completely usable.
And you keep pressing it just as you pick up the device.
Yeah.
Get this, guy.
Tell me.
Apple iPhone users are 76% more attractive on dating apps. And do you like the way I said 76?
Yeah.
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 I'm only going to be 60 though next month.
Oh, okay.
60.
Right. Apple has terminated Epic Games developer account. Do you think that story could go on and on? Have you got anything to say about this Epic Games Apple thing?
Well, there was a story that you talked about previously.
Go on.
That a judge had blocked them from also killing off the Unity engine.
Yep.
That is it the Unity engine?
No, it's not. It's not. Is it Unity?
Unreal.
Yep.
The Unreal engine that a lot of companies use for their games. And I understand that. And frankly, Apple's fight with Epic is with Epic. And even though these other companies are using technology from Epic, that doesn't mean that their apps should also be terminated. So I agree with the judge there. However, this whole thing with Epic has been manufactured by Epic for Epic, and the only reason why it's happening is so that Epic can make more money. They want to be able to keep all of the money for themselves that is generated through the game, and that no one else should have any piece of it. And this whole thing about in-app purchases, it being unfair that they have to pay 30% to Apple is frankly nonsense. If they truly didn't want people to get V-Bucks from any place other than from Epic, well then don't sell it through in-app purchases. And in all the various ways that Fortnite players get information, let them know that they have to go to the Epic store, or they have to buy a plastic card that has V-Bucks on it somewhere. Go into your account and apply the V-Bucks there. Make all of your changes. You can still.
This isn't just about V-Bucks though. This is about the share, isn't it? This is about. I mean, this is quite a big. I think the judge has done really well here, because she spotted the fact that Epic are going, my dad's bigger than your dad, and she's also spotted that Apple have said, well, no, my dad's bigger than your dad, and she's gone slapped them both around the back of the head and said, you naughty school children, I'm not going to play, so you go away, and you can go and be stupid, but don't let other people suffer. But we'll see.
And I totally agree. I totally agree with the judge on that, when she didn't block what was going to hurt a bunch of other developers. But Tim McSweeney, is that his name? Sweeney?
I think so, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's Tim Ass. No, that wasn't it. I can't remember his last name completely, but it started with an AS. Ended with LE. Yeah, it was something like that. This is all primarily Epic's doing, and the fact that all they talk about is Apple. They don't talk about the fact that Google has also banned them from their store. And this whole nonsense about, you can only buy stuff through Apple Store for Apple's platform, completely ignoring Sony's PlayStation Store, Microsoft's Xbox Store, all of these other game consoles that have their own online stores. You can't buy applications from the PlayStation Store and play them on Xbox, because Microsoft wants their cut. They developed the platform.
Yeah, I think they're on a sticky wicket. They really are.
Yeah, and the worst part is if they tried this last year, when Fortnite was like really big, it may have actually gotten some traction. But now, Fortnite is on the opposite end of the bell curve. And I think that what they're going to find is a lot of people in iOS are either going to find someplace else to play it and still use Apple devices, which doesn't hurt Apple, or they're going to stop playing it altogether, which doesn't hurt Apple and hurts Epic.
Yeah.
So, screw that noise. Epic, you're being really, really stupid here. And the sooner that you wake up to this and just make it so that people in iOS can't
it really does come down to what we said. It's down to my dad's bigger than your dad. No, my dad's bigger than your dad.
Yeah, and nobody's dad is bigger than Apple's right now.
And nobody's bigger than Guy. Anyway, let's move on just to finish off. One thing that piqued my interest. Well, there were two things. One story was about the UK and US 5G being the slowest. Well, actually, I don't know where 5G is at the moment, so that's a load of horse manure.
And most devices don't have it anyway yet.
Precisely. So who gives a monkeys? But the thing that I found really funny, and I kind of went, WTF, oh my word.
I just saw this.
End. It's the end of the world. Folks, Star Wars is coming to The Sims 4.
I didn't even know there was a Sims 4.
Well, apparently there is, Guy, and I've got a link in the show notes so you can post it if you want to, but wowza. Wowza. Wowza.
Yeah, you go into it and all you hear is dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I'm nodding my head.
Wait.
Gaz's tips.
Mostly.
Gaz's tips.
Mostly.
Gaz's tips.
It's time for
Gaz's tip.
You forgot about this.
I did actually. You're right. Yeah. I did forget about that. Okay. In column view, which is quite useful, if you've got multiple columns and the size of the columns doesn't match the file name lengths, it overlaps it or it's too small. Yep. All you have to do is double click on any of the middle separators in the columns whilst holding the option key, and all of the columns that you've got open will automatically adjust to the size of the longest or shortest length of file name in that column.
Which may or may not be a good thing, depending on
it may or may not.
How long some of those are.
A particularly long file name, you might want to reverse it. But I've got a tip which will help with that. If you right click whilst you're hovering over that separation bar, you'll get three options, which are to right size this column, all columns equally, or individually. So that could help out on the piece of problem that you've got. Now, I was thinking, why can't I do this, Guy? Because in my Finder, I've got some rather thick dividers, which are really wide, and they've got an ellipsis at the bottom, which is where I can do these tips I've given you. Now, how have I got great big thick lines with two ellipses at the bottom of the separators? I'll tell you. Here's a bonus part of the tip, Guy.
Tell me.
Get me. What I've got is to show my scroll bars always. And when you have show your scroll bars always, the thickness of the divider in the Finder gets wider. If you only do it so it's when it's scrolling or automatically based on mouse or trackpad, then
stupid option.
It is because there's no point in it being thick. It just makes no sense. I know why it's like that, but it still makes no sense. They could automatically change it. So this tip is on any part of the scroll bar. If you've got the thin, almost invisible line in your Finder window, if you've got the thicker divider bar because you've actually got your scroll bars always shown, then you need to go down to, which you should do. Go down to the bottom of your Finder window and you'll see just a couple of pair of ellipses, and you can do this same trick. And that, Guy, is where you nod your head.
I do. I am nodding my head. Can you see it? Ah,
can.
nodding head. Head nodding.
That's the end of Gaz's tips. That's the end of Gaz's tips. That's the end of Gaz's tips.
Is that the end of the tip?
Will you let me finish?
No, it's not the end of the
Gaz,
tip,
you are
actually.
absolutely right.
I am
Whoop.
absolutely right, but
Gaz.
you've got to go into system preferences and general to find that option about show the scroll bars. I just
Yes.
thought I hadn't mentioned that. So.
And while you're there, hit always show scroll bars
Yeah,
because
while you're
it's
there
stupid
looking.
otherwise. Seriously, every single time I set up a new Mac, because the default, Gaz, and you know this, the default is don't show the scroll bars.
Yes.
And I forget about that every single time I set up a new Mac, and I'll be scrolling, and it's like, oh, I want to get up to the top really fast, so I move the mouse over to grab the scroll bar so I can just zoom it up to the top, and by the time my cursor gets there, it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And then you find you have to move your mouse up and down so the scroll bar reappears, so you can then quickly click on it. And yeah, I know.
yeah, it's so dumb.
I'm
I
with
do
you.
not
I'm with
understand why they do that. Okay.
I'm with you.
Do you have a pick this week, Mr. Mass?
I do. Okay. So the demise of iTunes in Catalina was something which was really quite sad. But actually, I now subscribe to Apple Music, which I share with the family.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've started using Apple Music, and the iTunes replacement on the Mac. It's quite iTunes-esque anyway, but I'm
Yes.
starting to use it more and more, and I'm liking it. And I'm
Yeah, well,
liking
you don't
Apple
have any
Music.
choice, though.
And well, you don't. Well, you do.
Yeah.
Go to Spotify or one of the other suppliers, but I'm
Oh,
using
okay,
Apple.
okay.
I'm using Apple Music, and I'm using it on my phone, and I've
Mhm.
set up playlists, and I'm starting to listen to music again because I stopped listening, and I'm starting
Yeah.
to listen to music again, and I like Apple Music. So it's not perfect,
No.
nothing ever is, but actually,
It's a great service, honestly.
I'm quite like it. Yes,
Apple Music?
Well, yeah, but you see, the thing is, this is like Apple Photos. You've got to be a bit careful here. I'm talking about Apple Music, the app, and the service.
Okay. Well, if you have one, you have the other.
You kind of do.
Yeah. It doesn't work that well on the Mac if you don't have Apple Music, the app. I know, because
But you can, hang on a minute. But you can have Apple Music app on your Mac, but not have Apple Music, the subscription.
Yes, that's true. Okay, my pick, Gaz, this week, I'm sure I've picked this before, is a fantastic video editor that is absolutely free to use.
Free?
And free.
Whoa, run that by me again.
Oh, it's free. And it's very apropos of Final Cut Pro because you can do color correction. You can do, so much stuff from within this program. And it's made by a company that that really, really knows video hardware and software, Blackmagic. And the name of the video editor is Davinci Resolve. I think it's up to version 16. But you can get it. It's absolutely free. If you want more functionality than what they include with the free version, sure, you can spend, I think it's $300, which is the same price as Final Cut, and get all the additional features that are free. But for the things that I use DaVinci for the video editing that I do, I have yet to run into a problem that I couldn't resolve with the free version. So that is DaVinci Resolve from Blackmagic. It is absolutely free. And of course, because it is such a great program, make sure you check out some of the other things that Blackmagic has there.
Good pick.
We have, Gaz, some audio feedback this week.
No.
We do.
No.
And as an added bonus, it was pointing out a mistake that I made.
No, I don't.
It's
believe
true.
It. I did. No. Ready?
Wait, hold on. I screwed up.
Yeah, I kind of did. And it makes absolutely no sense to go back and fix it now because it's for a show that's 2 weeks old. So everyone who's going to listen to that show has already listened to it. So, and of course, it is from our good friend Greg from North Carolina. Here we go.
Hey, Guy. Hey, guys.
Hey, Greg.
This is Greg from North Carolina. I was just listening to MyMac podcast number 814, and during it, Gaz said something about involving a fictional English detective, only he used a more common and vulgar version of the phrase than you usually do on the podcast, and Guy said that he could edit that out if he remembered. I just thought I'd like to let you know, he didn't remember. Great show, guys. Have fun.
I did not remember. Thank you, Greg. I completely forgot about it, and it went out as spoken. So, I know. Slaps my head in amazement. I have a lot more microphones. One of the things I also got from B&H was a new microphone, Gaz.
No. Really?
I know. That's not it. It's here someplace. I got way too many microphones. I got the, it's a dynamic microphone. It's the BA85A from Behringer. This is it right here. It is a sweet little microphone. Now, the low-end cheap, this isn't like Guy's pick or anything. I should actually save it for a pick.
You should.
But I'll forget.
Save it for a pick.
I'll forget.
No, you will actually.
Yeah. But if you're looking for a good sounding, inexpensive microphone, and of course you'll need an audio interface to use a microphone like this. It doesn't work over USB.
Because it's
this is from Behringer. It is the BA85A. It's a dynamic microphone, and for the money, it's like $25. It sounds really good. So if you fix that up with like one of the Behringer's UMC series audio interfaces, the 204, 202, or 404, and boy, have those gone up in price since all this COVID stuff started. I picked up the 204. It was like $70, I think. And last time I looked at it, it was like $150 for the exact same interface. And the 404, I think, is selling for over $200, and it was like $105, $110. And they're good interfaces. I would not spend that much money on them. Not at all.
Cool.
Though here we go. Here's another thing you could use instead. The Alesis Multimix 4 mixer, which is a USB interface. Only 2-channel, unlike the Behringer audio interfaces. That's still around $100, and that's a pretty good deal for an inexpensive mixer.
If you've got money to burn, folks, that's what you can do.
Yeah. I don't even know why I went off on that tangent. If you would like to support my stupid microphone habit, that's probably where it started, right there. My stupid microphone habit, go to patreon.com/MacParrot, coffee.com, which is ko-fi/MacParrot. And of course, you can also do a one-time donation, paypal.me/MacParrot. This doesn't only get spent on microphones. The current service that I use for live casting costs money
as well.
And biscuits. I like biscuits. And or cookies. We call them cookies here. The website, the Vert Shark website, which we're going to talk about all that, I guess, right now. So, Gaz, if people wanted to get a hold of you, worst segue ever, how would they do so?
Ever so easy. Send an email to Gaz, that's G-A-Z,
Guys.
at mymac.com, or on the Twitters, twitter.com/Gazmaz, G-A-Z,
Guys.
M-A-Z.
Guys.
You could also send a tweet on the Twitters to both Guy and myself. Twitter.com/Guy and Gaz, G-U-I.
Why?
A-N-D. G-A-Z.
Cars.
Now,
Yes.
you can also send an email to feedback@mymac.com. That's FEEDBACK at mymac.com. I say that far too fast for you to do that. So
No, I wasn't moving my lips. I'm like a ventriloquist.
No. Now,
Yes.
you're like, but you just...
Yeah, I fail.
right.
I completely
Leave it there.
fail.
Okay, so
Pay no attention to that guy behind the curtain.
why?
I screwed up.
Well, that's normal. Why did you screw up?
The guy was paid his 75 grand.
Well,
No,
You know it was
see,
a guy?
do it.
Yeah.
Just let me finish. Will you let me finish?
I like to go with Guy.
I like to go with Guy as well.
Only a rat would shoot a guy. in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No fooling.
Fooling. Absolutely.
Guy says.
What? What does he say? I don't know.
His name was Guy.
Hmm.
No fooling.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He's the guy.
What?
You remember Guy? Guy.
Guy?
They do from all this.
Guy.
Guy?
Because,
Guy's the one.
and if you want,
An email from Guy.
how would they do it?
I don't even know where we started from. If you'd like an email, if you'd like to send me an email, what am I saying? If you want to send me an email, you would send that to Guy, G-U-I, at mymac.com. You can also reach me on the Twitters. I see Gaz going, as I'm saying it, because I say it every week. That would be Mac Parrot on the Twitters and VertShark. There, that's it. That's all we can do. Except in this bits between the show, which we can never, ever play. Ever. Hello?
Stop the pressures!
Wow, where am I? We have a Skype. VertShark, vertshark.com, the website. All of the things that I do, you can find. Wow. Over there at vertshark.com, all the audio, all the video, all the stuff that you won't find at MyMac, or a lot of it you'll find at MyMac too, because I'm just a generous kind of guy. We have a Skype telephone number that Greg knows. Greg knows our Skype telephone number,
Greg knows.
And
hey guys,
Marcus.
I got a joke for you.
Oh.
Where do they make the dinga milk?
I don't know.
At a dinga dairy. Dinga dairy.
Actually, you played that earlier, and in all seriousness, it cracked me up all over again. Our Skype telephone number that Marcus also knows. He hasn't called in a while, and this is not a number that's like exclusive to Mark and Greg from North Carolina. Anyone can use it. Anyone use the number. Anyone. It is 1 or +1 outside of the United States. Area code 703-436-9501. That number again, Gaz, is 1 or +1 outside of the United States. 703-436-9501. Why would I accentuate the zero? Because that's the joke. That's the joke. And if you don't want to dial a 1 or a +1, it's just plain old 703-436-9501. Okay. Oh, no. On the nosy. Gaz, I'd like to say to everyone listening, first, we're so sorry. This has been a crazy show. I actually like it when the show is like completely off the rails like this. It really makes it a lot more fun to edit afterwards.
Are you sure?
No, I'm serious. Really, it is.
Oh, right.
It's great. But I would like to say not only we're sorry, but thank you. Thank you to everyone who downloads and listens to the MyMac.com podcast. Both Gaz and I greatly appreciate the fact that you take the time to do so.
We
and
do.
Gaz,
What?
I have to say that I think.
What?
No, that was it. Just I think. That,
Okay.
Oh, no, there was more.
I think I am. Therefore.
I think I am. That we're good enough. Yeah. All right. How about this? I think we're smart enough. No. But I do think that doggone it, woof, Paul Rudd. People like us. Except for Paul Rudd. He's got to hate us by now.
I've just seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do it. I have faith. Take a deep breath.
Ini Ninnushuava, Kuti Dai, Pain, Chimwi, Chinhu, Chino Nakidisa, Chiwi Kuataka, My Niki Yimak, Nekuti Tinoda Zamvakadwanda.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Kuturawa, Nez Vemvamvi, Kunzi Kepawampanzi, Vanugnagora. End. Just end it. End.
So you can all go home and there's nothing to worry about. Get out of here now. Go on. Go on home and I go home.